Okay.
So I would like to bring a subject on the table. And this is a dilemma I think we are facing. So I would like especially ask Marco if he can help me to bring clarity to this. So I think that this is such a personal journey what we're going through now. And since last year, for me, I chose to do a deep research on what's really going on in the planet. And well, I've been studying myself and the ego and consciousness and evolution for a long time ago. So I had the strength to go deep, diving deep into what's going on in the planet. And then after all this research, I found that, well, I have the evidence that this is the kingdom of Lucifer. There's no doubt. And I'm at peace with that because I know that everything that I know that I contributed to this creation through my ego, my ignorance, and I know that it was necessary, and to discover my ego and to have a deeper connection with who I really am. So through that process, I found OPPT and I studied the journey from all perspectives. And after seeing that the evidence is that this is a planet of Lucifer and Lucifer is about war and the building of the ego, and my choice is to declare myself in a state of peace. That's the conciliation that I find within me. And that's the way to transcend my own ego to create something better. Yeah, to get out of this kingdom and to create something more aligned with love and peace. So my work is to build within me that inner state. So the question and the dilemma that it comes with me is, isn't it war to send documents to poke the government and, for example, a military order? Wouldn't be also more of war?
Interesting.
Yeah, do you want me to respond to that, or anybody
Well,
else?
I would love to have your input because I'm
Okay.
really walking and trying to analyze and see things from all perspectives. And this answer, I don't have a click with it.
Yes.
I'm not at peace with sending a military order. It would be like contributing to more war.
Yeah. In my perception, the OPPT can be, like many other things, can be used at different level of frequencies. You can use it as a weapon, and that will give you the experience of being in a battle. And for many, it's a very valuable experience. For those that have not done yet with the warrior ways, that's one way to go. The way how I use it is the higher frequency. The best way for my perception to use it is as a way to trigger the remembering who you are. So when you interact with the documents, particularly the IM document, that it's a message not so much for the system, but it's a message for you.
Right. That's the way they perceive.
Yes.
When I read the documents, I integrate the I am and I connect with a deeper level of who I am. My dilemma is when I send these documents, what is the real purpose?
The real purpose, okay, you set the purpose, you decide, your vibration will move the energy in the direction that you are exuding. So the way of the warrior is to say, watch out, because I know who you are. And I'm going to fight if you do something, if you keep your game on me. That's the lower frequencies, the frequencies of the battle. The other one is just as a message of compassion. It's a message that says, I know that you did an amazing job in giving us experiences within this duality. And I love you and I appreciate all the experience we have been sharing so far. They are all so amazing. You have been such a wonderful gift. And now I let go at you. I give you the permission to transmute yourself in something else. I'm not going to hold you anymore. I'm not going to keep you on the game, because I'm ready myself to let go of this. And so I give you the permission to die, so that you can transmute yourself, you can take off your costume and continue your job somewhere else in some other forms. I don't need you anymore. I appreciate what you've done for me. Thank you.
But is it, I mean, at the spiritual level, what is the implication of sending the papers versus just integrating the information within and work with that energy as the gym of life brings the opportunity to do it?
It's only the only purpose in the high consciousness is just to make a statement to yourself. I'm ready to transcend this game, to let it go, and so I make a statement. That's all. It's just a ceremonial. You just make a ceremony, you know. And when you send it with love. You send to love to yourself, to everything else. It's like if you are at the end of the movie. And you see that there is a bad, the guy that acts the bad guy, the good guy, the guy that was a victim, the guy who wasn't a victim. And at the end of the movie, everybody don't play any role anymore. Everybody are clapping for the wonderful show that has been created, and everybody are hugging each other and embracing each other. So if you choose to send the document, make sure that that's the energy that you embody at the moment you send it. Basically saying, thank you for the beautiful show. You have been an amazing actor. We had such an amazing experience. Now it's time for all of us to move on. You know, and you don't have to send it. You can just the fact that you sit with it energetically already can create a kind of experience, the kind of energy. Sorry, I have a dear friend of mine here. I don't know if you can see it.
So beautiful.
This is Whiskey. He is totally an angel.
Oh, how cute.
So cute.
Hello, Whiskey. Hello. May I add something to this?
Yes, please, absolutely.
You also give the soul the opportunity, when you send this, to open their eyes and take responsibility. So you're also presenting it as a gift to the other. That's always when we declare our freedom, or we stand in our light and we shine our light, it's also going to have an effect on others and make them, aha, see what's going on. So we can also send it with that feeling.
Yeah, I think the key is the state of being from where you send the document. Yes. And if it's not the state of peace, I prefer not to.
Yeah, it is. You can make out of it, and there's many other choices. OPT is not the only choice we have.
Right, exactly.
it's a tool, and you can do a fine tuning and measuring your level of judgment. If there is still judgment about that, this is wrong, this is bad, there is an emotional reaction. By going through the documents, you can monitor yourself at what level of neutrality you have reached, because that's the most important thing, to be able to have that neutrality, that unconditional love, that embrace everything. It's not a love that is select only the light. It embraces and love everything, the darkness, the light, and everything in the middle, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that one. I think that's a good piece to put in.
Yeah, whiskey helped me out with that.
Yes.
Christina, welcome. And I think this is admin Gilberto. No, can't remember now the name. Do you have a possibility to be on camera?
No, I don't think so, because it doesn't work.
Ah, okay. But Christina wrote something, and I don't know if you saw this. What about you, Christina? Can you be on camera?
Hi. No, I can't be on camera right now. I have it disabled, but I have my audio on mute because my kids are running around playing.
Okay, all right. Thanks for being here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's why I was writing in the chat, because my kids are making a lot of noise. So I wanted to contribute to what Anna's, you know, doubts are and predicament is. And my feeling is that, you know, I think we have to help them see as well. You know, I don't see myself as taking a military action and by force. I see myself as educating, really. And the more people that I talk to in general, I mean, even about, you know, masks and COVID things and all the stuff that are restricting us in general, I find a lot of people who are dismissive, but I also find a lot of people who are open and don't know at all what any of this means. And you find often less resistance and more understanding if you actually have the opportunity to explain or, you know, just chat with somebody about it. And I think a lot of people have that experience, especially if using it directly with the police or someone, you know, on a stop or discussing with their local police department, because the questions come up. And then I think that we have the opportunity to spread that awareness. I don't feel like it's as aggressive as the word military order sounds, right? It sounds aggressive, but it's actually liberating.
Yeah, that's also my feeling.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Oh, I just wanted to ask Christina, where are you from?
I'm in the United States. I'm from New York. I live in California. California is I'm hopefully getting some people together in California now. I see there's not a lot of, I haven't noticed many people sending the OPP documents or anything in the USA yet. So I'm trying to find a group and collectively figure it out, because my husband and I are planning to send our first email. And he's Italian, so we've lived in Italy for years. So we've been following Italy and now trying to connect it all to the USA and figure everything out over here.
Wow. Great, thank you.
Well, Christina, we're actually in the same position here in Canada. There is a group, but the group is a bit just, you know, sparse a bit everywhere, and then nobody's actually aligned towards the same direction. But since we are working with English documents, you know, maybe there is an opportunity to work together and see how things can flow.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, as we read through them and compare the English to the Italian, my husband and I have been doing a lot of that comparison and the translations and understanding. So yes, absolutely.
Great.
Great.
I wanted to ask Anna and Gabriel, this is a practical question about the presentation. Is it going to be ready soon this week, you think, or?
Yeah, definitely. We worked on it quite a bit last week, and we just have a final touches to make, and we kind of integrated stuff, and yeah, it's going to be ready. It's going to be ready probably by tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yes. Yoo-hoo. Then you all are invited to come to this amazing presentation that these guys have been working on.
When is it gonna take place?
Well, we were thinking at same time Wednesday, 7 p.m. CET time, Roma time.
Yeah. This is
Nope.
time.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. Is it all right?
I think so. I don't show. Let's see.
Well, we'll confirm tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Let me
Right.
confirm
We will
tomorrow.
announce it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
All right.
Okay. So.
You have
So oh God, my head. Gilberto from
Yeah.
Estonia.
Yes.
Yes, you wanna introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Gilberto. I'm Italian, and I'm living in Tallinn, in Estonia. And that is a problem because I found out that there's no referent here about I am with. And so I'm a bit in trouble because I can't go on because I can't see, I downloaded a lot of documents, but I don't think that I can use it because it's totally different. I can't use the documents for Italy in Estonia because it doesn't make any sense. And so I don't know how to do. I would like to have some info, if it's possible, of course, from you.
Okay. This meeting is not per se so much about the documents. It's more about the language of the soul and the heart, where we are at and where we want to share.
Okay.
But we have an international meeting that you missed, unfortunately, on Saturday. And so I can help you in any way you like, if I can. So you could just write to me and we can see.
Okay. Now I'm just listening because I'm not very expert. And so for me, it's much more listening than talking.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting.
Yes. All right. Anybody else who is having a burning? Gabriel. Yes, go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure if it's actually a burning question, but it's actually to build on the previous discussion we were having about the intentions. One of the questions we always ask ourselves is, when we work in a group, we all have, I guess, a different energetic charge in whatever it is that we do. So if we take the example of the sending of documents, because we were on that topic, we always ask ourselves, well, okay, I know what my intention is, and I really choose to do it from a space of peace and an opportunity for me to connect with my soul and also to inform the others. But I think the question is, when we're doing it in a group, it's not everybody that has necessarily the same intention, and all the intentions are valid here. It's not my position to judge or anything, but the intentions are different, and therefore the different vibrations are associated to these intentions. So what happens really when we send information or documents and everybody has a different intention, or at least there's a misalignment in intention? Is that have an effect at the end, on the end result? you know, there's like a different energetic charges that play along in the same process. Is that clear as a question?
I'm just thinking about when we send en masse,
Yeah, exactly.
especially,
Yeah, especially en masse. Yeah.
yes. And we, of course, we did have a special experience in Iceland where one person decided to spam what Björk said, Pamela, Spamela. And it totally ruined actually the whole thing. So because she just didn't, and she wanted to change a lot of things because she was just in a different place. And so you're right, it's our approach and our vibration is different. And like we also know, some people seek quick fix.
Mm.
And this is not a quick fix. This is an inner journey first and foremost. That's how I look at it. It's a growing, expanding experience. And like we all know that the documents eventually we don't need them really. But while we are in the transition, is good to have them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it's a tool, but again, come back to the dilemma is this mix of intentions can poke the beast and create more war.
Conflicts, yeah.
And conflict. That it can end reverting towards those that send the papers also.
I somehow think, because now we become many people, the flooding into the groups, especially the international group, it was very small when I started, and it's not a long time ago that I started. And you can see that people have many, many different intentions in there. I somehow think we will find each other and move together. We will be drawn to each other energy and move in groups this way. If that doesn't probably answer your question, but
no, I think it makes sense. I think I think it's important that we, through our own vibrations, that we end up corresponding to those like-hearted individuals, so that as a small core group we can actually make an impact for ourselves, and as a result, I'm guessing, for the rest. But you know, I think the one thing I'm getting here is, you know, working in big groups is got benefits, but for this type of work, given it is very personal journey, it's probably best maybe that we keep it at small mass, instead of having a mass send out, because not everybody's going to be sending it from the same perspective and intention.
Yes. But also that's also purpose of this group. It's not a big group, but it's the purpose of connecting really deeply from the core, instead of just having many people, and then we spread it and make smaller groups here and smaller groups there, and then we make a bigger organism or whatever, a bigger heart. And I see centers and communities and retreats and that we built from here, from this core. So
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
If I may, but if we are a big group, I think that it's the purpose that has this group is the same, and is a very big group. I think that the energy will be stronger. What do you think? Not just asking, not just saying.
I'm not sure I got you. You mean
Okay.
this? You mean
Okay.
this group? This group will be stronger if it was bigger, you're saying? Or...
No.
No.
Yes or no? Yes,
Okay.
because if we have a big group,
Mhm.
okay, for example, and we can say that many of people are thinking about their things. So that it means that the energy of those people is totally different from the energy of the other people. Because we are, example, tonight we are in a small group, but the energy is toward the same goal.
Mhm.
So if we have a big group and all of people are interested, we can say, in the same thing, the same goal, the same objective, maybe the energy would be stronger.
Mhm.
But if we have some people, of course, that they don't care and they are there just for curiosity or something like that, without participating, we can say like this, probably there would be a strange kind of energy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just a thought, of course, nothing.
Sure. We have been meeting for several weeks, not for many weeks, and we felt that the emphasis was too much on the practical side of this. Of course, there needs to be structure and flow, but we felt that the spiritual part was maybe a little bit pushed aside, and that's why we wanted to create this group.
Okay.
And just, yeah. But there are a lot of people who couldn't be here tonight. So I don't know how many we are, maybe 30 in total. But we certainly are with our focus with this together. And I see this growing as we go.
Yes, of course. Sure about.
I think that there's like one part of the energy to consider, whether it's small or big. I understand what Gabriel is saying with, everyone's intentions may not be the same, so it could cause issues, right, in the greater movement.
Mhm.
However, I think everyone's intentions in general are still based on the same thing, where we all want change and we all want to, live as freely as possible. So even if, some people may have different ideas of how to get there, I think if we're in general taking this route, looking into, our humanity and our vibrations and OPPT, which comes with a certain level of understanding to begin with, you don't just happen upon it, right? I've, even tried speaking to people about it who aren't ready for it, and they're not there yet. So they didn't find it yet. So I think everyone who's collectively found this part of our existence and our movement, then everyone still collectively wants the change to happen. And I get that, like in Iceland, one bad email can kind of mess it up, but the idea is still to send the message of what we want. And I still don't think everyone is on a different level of what they want, right? We all want that freedom. We want the system to be natural and in our favor. So even slightly misaligned, I still think we move in the same direction. So I still think that's a positive thing. And there probably will be a lot of setbacks here and there, and we still need consuetudine. We still need the common law, and we still need everything to happen, but we do need the mass to make that happen as well. So small groups expanding and in the same direction is still really important, because we're not going to get the change unless it's more people. And I still think we got a way to go before we see it happen, because of the amount of people that are really involved in making it happen. So we just got to keep going and expanding. And like you said, we'll find each other. If you're ready for the movement, you find it, and have a similar intention as what's going on. That's my thought.
Absolutely. I think if the core is quality, it's going to grow from there. But if it's, you know, energy messy all in every direction, it's not going to move with I don't know, you know what I mean. But everything has its right to be there. We learn from all of it, and everybody has to move the way they need to move. So anyway, Amanda, you want to say something?
Yes, all I really feel drawn to say actually is that it's a privilege and a joy to be involved. I see it as early on in the movement actually. And so I feel, of course it will grow, and that we're just quite blessed in a way to be able to meet in a small group like this, and you know, to share and explore and hear from you and from Marco and other people. And so to me that feels okay. And it's I do, this is something I maybe wouldn't mind raising, but it may be more something that's kind of more unique to me, as it were, which is that I have this feeling that the time for OPPT to really make it happen is coming. I sort of almost feel as if, it's as if I've gone so far with it, and I know I need to do more, but it's almost as if I'm almost waiting for its time to come. But I may be wrong about that. That may be my own hesitation or prevarication. Do you see what I mean? So, yes, I want to ask you about that.
Well, in my experience, I've been in many groups for ages, and it's very much easy that lots of people stay in groups, comes in groups, maybe for reason that only them knows. So in that group, we declare, you know, the objective, the intention, but being inside the group, I think, in my opinion, is a very huge opportunity, if you can take it anyway, to look at us as in a mirror. So I'm in a group of PPT in a chat, and sometimes I'm not very active in there. Sometimes I'll have a look, and there are some people who's very angry, and angry means arrabbiato. I don't know, it's correct, angry. Yes. So that makes me think, I'm angry. I have to work on this sort of feeling, which is it's normal in the situation we are. So first of all, I used maybe to judge and said, well, again, this sort of people who comes in groups, and later in these days, I was really making a reflection on myself, because we can't do for nobody else in the world than us. Sorry for my English. I haven't spoken English for ages. So I'm very slowly, so I've tried to. So I think to me, it's a real opportunity to ask myself, why? You know, my life gave me this opportunity to be in this situation, to meet OPPT. Who knows? You know, you never. I think it's never for. It's always for chance. Can I say non è caso? It's not. You know, I meet something with my life, give it, you know, to me. So, although sometimes I passed some days really in a very low mood, I learned, you know, this year to work on myself and asking myself why I'm you know, I'm in this group. I'm very glad about that. I'm very glad because it's been, I'll have an opportunity to, you know, to look at me, at myself, and work deep. And these days I understood that my heart in many situations is still close, although, you know, it's many years I'll do meditation, something like that. But it's interesting. It's, you know, it's a trip. It's a journey. So what at the beginning threatened me about, oh, let's say there's all these people just, you know, come here. You never know what's really is going on, what they think, or what they really, why they are really here. I've learned not to follow person, but I mean, there's something which is, you know, let's say the reason why we are together. But just, I think it's still a journal job to do on myself, you know, each day. You just said, well, you know, because you get up and you just, some people, you know, don't embrace you, and just say very far, and you said, that's all right. You know, at the beginning, it's really hard, but it's, I mean, it's a real situation. So you can work on your illusion, not to think that life is like as you would like to be, but what's going on really. And that is, I think it's a mirror for understand what's is going on really on myself. So I had the same trouble with Anna talking about. I'm not, I don't have even had the courage to use my document. I am sincere. Because in a little place where I live, if I do something like, as I say, the show in the theater outside, they will ask me to do the tampone. And here they are very strict in the place where I live. And before I was really, I felt quite bad about that. But now I think it's as usual, it's a sort of personal journey I have to do with myself. So sooner or later will be the point how to use and how much I believe in, and that's all. And listening to you, everybody of you, it's really, it's a richness for me, and I thank you. Anyway, my English is not so, so I hope you understand me.
Absolutely. We have to do our conversation group, Louisa,
Yeah.
where I speak my Italian with you.
But of course, we are not here by chance.
Mm.
That is impossible. That's because if we are here, it means that we are somehow be attracted each other. That means that my energy, maybe not, I'm not sure, of course, but anyway, but my energy would be attracted by your energy. So it's not, I'm not here because, okay, I don't know what to do, man, let's try or something like that. No, it's because otherwise other people would be here. Okay, many of them probably are busy, but anyway, I don't know, it's 1 hour or 1 hour and a half here. How long is the meeting?
It's usually 1.5 hours.
Sorry?
Usually 1.5 hours.
Okay, so it's not a life, and you can find this time because it's only on Mondays, not every day. So if you want, I'm sure you can find the time. But if you are not here, it means that maybe I'm wrong.
Somewhere else.
Maybe it's not your time. It's not your time. It's not your moment. You don't feel that you want to do this. It's not important. It's not so important for you. So if we are 9, I don't know how many people, it doesn't matter. It means that these people are interested. They have the same interest, and they want. Okay, maybe I don't know, but anyway, they want to grow because I am here to learn, not to teach. I don't know anything about teaching, and it's not my thought. My thought is what I can learn more. And it doesn't matter, I don't know you, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter who you are. I'm not interested. You can be, I don't know, a scientist, or you can be a gardener. For me, the same. I don't care, because I can learn from a gardener, and of course I can learn from a scientist, I can learn from the baker. It's not because you are famous that you can teach something. Everybody can teach. Teach, no, is not the right word. Nobody teaches. We can say that you can have some information that I don't have. A gardener can have a lot of information because I don't know anything about plants, about garden, but anyway, it doesn't matter if the topic is a plant, but the topic is life. So what a gardener, because, okay, I took this example, we use a gardener. Okay, if a gardener, example, he is 50 years old. He had a life. He has a life, and he had a life. I don't know anything about his life. So it would be very interesting to know what the gardener can say to me about his experiences. And not because he is a scientist, is more important than a gardener. I know that in the society, a gardener, we can put the low level and a scientist at a high level. But this is wrong. Because the gardener can teach, okay, I use teach, okay, finished, I use. Can teach to a scientist, and a scientist can teach to a gardener. So it's not important. It's important to share. Share something. I'm not sharing anything now, but you know, it's the first time. So, but I don't know. I feel different. Probably some years ago, I wouldn't think to talk to unknown people because it was, oh my God, what can I say? I don't know. And I'm not saying anything. It's just some thoughts that I have. Maybe I'm not very interesting, but it's life. I'm not a genius. I'm not a very intelligent person. I'm a normal person. So as a normal, I can't express my ideas because I'm normal. But if you are not normal, not abnormal, but I'm saying if you are a high level, then you can express, and people would listen to you. But I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to share. I never lived. I'm 66, so maybe I have a bit of experience. And I'm not teaching, of course. I'm just sharing something, sharing my thoughts, maybe wrong. Maybe I'm saying not really interesting things, but I'm trying to express in a spontaneous way what I feel mostly. What I feel, and I'm here to listen to you and to listen to these great people, because everybody is great, in my opinion. There's no really person, okay, evil, not evil, okay. We can say medium people are good. But what we don't, what many people don't have is the awareness, because it's difficult. Awareness is something that it's, because if you would be really aware, or if people would be aware, the world would be totally different. Completely. We wouldn't find ourselves in a situation like this. But we have to work. No, we have. Mostly, I don't know, doesn't matter. But the job is to raise the awareness, to understand that 10 years ago, we can say 10 years ago, maybe, yeah, 10 years ago, maybe a bit some years more, I was thinking about everything except spirituality, materialism, cars, motorcycles, having fun, and not much more. And now, maybe because I'm older, I don't know, or maybe because I lost everything. Because I have to say this, because it's possible that losing everything opened opened my mind and saying, you can buy a car, you can buy a motorcycle, you can buy this, you can buy this, you can buy this, you can buy this. So what do you want to do? You can complain, you can cry, you can say, oh my God, I can't, and so on, or you can go on. So I decided to go on. How? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And probably I started to follow the path of spirituality more than materialism. So we can say that I was lucky because I lost everything. And think of people that they didn't lose anything and they are very spiritual. This is fantastic. Because they can understand that, because there's nothing wrong in materialism. Because if you have only materialism, something is unbalanced. You can live only with materialism. But not even you can live only with the spirituality. Because it's like, I don't know, a river. And there are two shores. You can use only one because the water will go out. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. So materialism and spirituality. And then probably we have a balance and you can go on. Now I am more on the spirituality and then before I was more on the materialism. And maybe I will find a moment, a way to keep myself in balance. Maybe not, I don't know, I don't have an idea, but I try. Sorry, I spoke a lot about nothing, sorry.
Thank you, Gilberto. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marco, you haven't said a lot. You want to say something very smart.
No, Gilberto, just want to share with you this idea that 66 years are the time frame in which you have been wearing this costume, which doesn't define you in its entirety. It just defines your human experience in this lifetime. And you are far, far, far beyond all this. This is for the soul, it's just a blink of an eye. And the game starts to become really interesting and fun once we start to define ourselves beyond the narrative that comes from this system. Then we can really play the game without being lost and identify to the game. So think at yourself like a soul that has always been existing and will always exist. and therefore within yourself you have access to infinite knowledge, infinite. You have the same access to the same information as the fountain of life has, as source itself has, because you are source. We are all source.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but thank you. The sharing was really beautiful. It really touched me. And regarding what we were sharing before, I wouldn't be too much concerned about the majority of the people, what they do, or even if we are in a big group, because first of all, how can I explain this? It's like there is an infinite amount of versions of the human experience. And any version of the human experience that you can imagine, whether it's very dark or very light or anything in the middle, it does exist, because you cannot imagine something that does not exist. All right. So with your vibrational offer, how you vibrate, you tune in the version of the story of the planet, of the hologram, that reflects your frequencies, independently of what other people are vibrating to. But the other people are helping you, kind of almost like it's a test. But by being a big group, you feel what other people are tuned into, and that allows you to fine-tune your frequencies, to make different changes, to make different choices, or to get even deeper in what you already are doing. So you get a lot of confirmations, so that's the kind of work that happens when you are in a group, in a big group. It's just a mirror that you can say, okay, yes, this little piece is interesting. I put it in my pot of creativity. This I'm not interested, and that's what you do. So, and also we have to remember that we don't want to use as a point of reference what is the masses are doing, because the masses, first of all, 65% of the masses are extras, and they are literally following the system in order to support the narrative of the system. And as the system is collapsing, they are going to disappear. And by the way, regarding of this thing, I just want to share with you that in this month and the next month, there's going to be quite a number of souls which will enter the empty containers. And that will create quite an impactful shift in our journey. Okay, many think about billions, many feel millions, and it doesn't matter. But it is important. It is a good thing, because it will help further the collective to rise the frequencies. But nevertheless, we don't want to give power to that as another savior story. Oh, we are going to be saved by the walk-ins that walk into the. Otherwise, we fall again in the ego again, because at the end of the story, the work we have to do it individually, each of us, because each of us has his own world, has his own reality, and is 100% responsible of his own reality.
Thanks a lot. I'm sorry, I have to leave you because I have to go to my loved theater, a meeting. And so, thanks you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you a lot. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
Ciao.
Bye, Luisa.
Ciao, Luisa.
Ciao, Luisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's very interesting, Marco, with the walk-ins. That piqued my interest.
Yeah.
The walk, yeah. And but when you have walk-ins, they have to make an agreement with the soul who is embodying the body. They have to agree, right? They
Yeah,
have to
it's
give
really,
up the
it's
body.
really a simple situation. Well, when it comes to the extra do not have an individual soul. Okay. When it comes to other people that actually have an individual soul, it's really simple. A soul says, you know what, I think I'm done with this game. I am ready to leave. And another soul says, oh, you are leaving because I'm interested. I could use that container. Can we swap? You know, that's basically how it is at the end. It's very simple, you know. And this happens all the time. But for what I know, it doesn't happen in this massive amount, particularly on the extras. Because the extra until now had their important role to create the scenography, to create a structure for the matrix to have a sense. And so I found it very significant that a lot of souls are entering the extra, and so the extra will transform into, they will come that on the other side, on this side where we are, you know.
That's really interesting. That's so cool.
Yeah, but walk-ins, they happen often. It might happen to all of you, but sometimes you see, you know, Uncle Joe is really different. He changes all the time. I don't know what happened to him. He's a different person, you know. It happened once in a while, but also often that there is a swap of soul. It's quite normal, actually, in any operating system.
Yes, but now a lot of people are talking about also this people who have had the vaccine, that they don't recognize their parents or their friends anymore, that they behave like zombies, and they lose their ability to heal, and all kinds of stuff that is coming from narratives that are coming from people noticing the changes after the vaccines. So maybe those guys will be the ones that give up their bodies, the ones that are going zombie-like.
Well, most of those souls are souls that are not done, their job in the low frequencies not completed. Mm-hmm. And because the planet is raising the frequencies, they need to live, to continue in some other experiences, what they have to do. And so they are using the vaccine to evacuate, also as a way to show to the people that stay that also vaccine maybe is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are some people that took the vaccine just to be of support of their surrounding. And those people probably at a certain point of the game will be provided with a cure, a solution to eradicate the effect of the vaccine, because those people were doing that out of support. It was a supportive act. So I'm a child, I'm going to get vaccinated, so my parents learn a lot of lessons about me passing through the whole vaccine story, for example. Those souls might be receiving necessary technology to remove the vaccine from their body.
Yeah. There's a reason behind everything, why we do things.
Yes.
Yes.
This is just a game. From the soul, there is no drama. It's just the turning point of the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And so there is a lot of adjustments, a lot of intensity, because a lot of things needs to be decided very quick. But it's just, again, it's just like we are in a in a place of in a playground, and I'm playing tennis, and I say, you know what, I want to go to play soccer. So I take off the tennis suit, I put on the soccer suit, and I go to play soccer. You know, it's not a big deal. You know, I'll see you later. That's all. You know?
Sounds easy. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, for the soul, it is, in a way, it is like easy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's just the ego create all this drama, all this, you know,
Yeah.
this heaviness. It's not really. Once you understand that, again, this is a very short adventure. You're just playing, and you stop. You remove the complete identification with the game, because back to the idea of tennis, we can have fun playing tennis, but if I start to believe that I am the tennis, then tennis all of a sudden become a very, very serious matter, right? That we are not playing anymore. Now we are like, oh, watch out, because it's a matter of life or death, everything. Right? Once we get our level of remembering to the point where we start to remember that this is just a game, then everything starts to soften up, and then we can really have some really wonderful opportunity to grow, because this transformational center is one of the most amazing places to be for the soul, particularly now with this new cycle. We're going in place with this extraordinary, at least.
Thanks for sharing that. I mean, it's true. At the end of the day, why are we so serious with so many things, huh? I mean, what you just said just, you know, struck me, Marco, which is,
Let's play.
let's just play. I mean, why are we taking things so seriously? It's just incredible.
Yeah, that's the ego. But that's the job of the ego. That they tell us so many stories.
Yeah.
But if you stay on the here and now, because there is only the here and now. I mean, the past, when we live the past, it was the here and now. The future, when we live the future, is going to be the here and now. So there is only the here and now. So all these stories about the past and the future are not really sensical at all. They are just a masturbation, a mind masturbation, basically. You know? So the more we increase our time with the here and now, the more the echo of the I mean, the narrative, the chatting of the ego become far away. It probably won't disappear completely, but it's just a far away echo, and then the soul can really sit at the driver's seat and guide us in perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you said in the next few months? What do you perceive is going to happen in September, October? Any idea?
Are you talking about the walking in of the souls that are entering the extras? It's happening right now, September, October.
No, just collectively, you know, we must be arriving at a peak craziness. So soon, somehow, must be.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned that briefly last or whatever Zoom before. Sometimes I have so many Zooms. Sometimes I confuse if it was this one or the other. But anyway, at this moment, yes, I think I said it here. We have basically 3 stories, 3 playgrounds to choose from in any given moment of our day. So we have the low frequencies, Luciferian, inverted, 2D and 3D to choose from. Then we have the organic 3D to choose from, and then we have the 5D. Okay, these 3 possibilities are available right now to us in every moment when we go, for example, into the emotion of sorrow or anger or frustration. Now we are tuning in that low frequencies. When we are more neutral, we are more in the joy, Then now we are in the 3D, and then now when we are in the appreciation and in the fun, now we know expectations. Now we are in the 5D, so we can tune in every moment in these three possibilities. What is happening is that at the end of 2022, the possibility, the lowest possibility, will not be anymore available to us. So we will not be able anymore to tune in to those low frequencies anymore, because there will be no allowed at this point, because the frequency of the Earth is getting too high, and those frequencies will just be not part of our curriculum anymore. So we have another good year and a half to play with the low density, to experience them and to learn from them, and then it will shift out of the Earth experience. And for those that need to continue to experience that, they will have to evacuate. They will have to go to somewhere else to continue. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I answered your question. If that was the question.
Yes and no. I was more maybe focused on sort of external events with the peak of the craziness, and when things will start to open up and settle,
Yeah.
maybe a little.
Yeah, exactly. So as the lower part will fade out, these things will start to fade out. All these contracted, linear, and very ego, fear-based, scarcity-based, survival-based stories will start to fade out of our system. For those that wants to allow them, because those that are attached to it, they will go with them. They will go out, you know. So we have probably an intense time now for the next 6, 8 months, 10 months for those who choose to have the low frequency experience. They can get really good ride now, and but is because
I'll get very angry for a while.
yeah, because it's going to get very intense, because it's like a beast that is dying and it's going to throw at you everything that is left before it just subside, you know. And but the interesting thing is that, as I said at the beginning of this Zoom, is that this beast wants to die. It wants to die, and but paradoxically, it is us that is keeping it alive with our attachment to the past, to the way we define ourselves, to the stories, to the victim and savior, to the you know, all this. We are keeping being food for this system. So the system wants to die, but we keep giving nutrition, and so it stay alive a little bit longer, a little bit longer. So it's up to us to say, thank you, I love you, I release you from this responsibility. I take responsibility myself now. I don't need you to play that role anymore. I love you, you're free to go. You know, it's not about fighting. It's just giving the permission to die, because he wants to die, and he doesn't die, it just transforms itself into light.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you have your loved ones that is very old and wants to die. The most loving thing you can say to him or to her is say, hey, I love you. I don't want to keep you, you know. I love you if you stay, but I'm not going to keep you. If you're ready to go, please go. You know, and that's could feel very unloving for the people that are embracing this love, this Luciferian love, where it's all about neediness. I need you. You cannot leave me. Don't leave me, please. You know, and they think they're loving, but they're not. Actually, it's a very unloving thing to do. Is if the soul is ready to go, we need to have the strength to say, I love you. Go, please. You're free. I don't keep you. You know.
I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is difficult for us, of course. It is difficult.
No, yeah, but I really wanted the being to leave because he wanted to leave. So
Yeah.
So
So-
I prayed for him to be allowed to leave. So
Yes,
even
so-
though I would miss him. Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to interact with the system, to look at that way, to say, I don't keep you anymore with my fear, with my resistance, and I appreciate what you've done. I have learned so much. Thank you. You're free to go whenever you need to go. That is really, okay, you know. And then the system won't attack you anymore because it doesn't find nutrition on you, so it will go somewhere else to find nutrition. And the more we do like that, the less it will find nutrition, and then eventually will shrink into. It is going to die anyway, but for as long as we keep our fear and our story of the past, we are kind of postponing this transition.
Sure.
So do the walk-ins play in the 3 playgrounds or just in the first one?
I think the walk-ins are souls that are very high conscious, and so will not participate at all to the lower frequency games.
Usually they are.
These are souls that are eager to come in, to go into the new earth that is born, is coming. That's why they wanted to come, you know? Because they know what it means to be there. And also
what are the
come here.
walk-ins? Can you explain who are the walk-ins?
Yes, walk-ins, basically, the idea of walk-ins are, okay, we all have here wearing a costume. In this case, it's the human costume. In other cases, the Pleiadian costume or Andromedan costume. Or there are infinite amount of choices that a soul can make. But if you, as a soul, choose to be on Earth, as a way to walk through Earth, you wear this beautiful body, this avatar, this costume, okay? And if during a certain point of your journey into this operating system, this hologram, this dream called Earth, at a certain point you feel like, I'm pretty much done with this, I'm ready to move on. There is a possibility that another soul is interested in taking the place, the avatar that you have been wearing until now. That would be a walk-in. Somebody will walk into the soul leave the avatar, and somebody else enter the same avatar.
And it's all I've been listening to so much now, I can't talk. About the walk-ins, they also maybe don't need to be a child and grow up, because they just step in adult with their high consciousness. So so they don't have to take this forgettingness and everything.
Yes, also walk-in can happen just for a short time. It doesn't have to be a long time. A walk-in can say, a soul can say, I need to go somewhere else for a couple of weeks, and somebody else can come in for a couple of weeks and have the experience. It is like that sometimes. Yeah.
Using the body well.
Yeah, this is an avatar. It can be, it's like a costume we wear, right? It is.
Sure.
I call our body our temple. It's our soul temple. I just want to, can I share one thing that is popping into, because of what Anya said about the planet and Lucifer or something, but our planet Earth is a planet of unconditional love. That's our to remember. Our planet is unconditional love and has been from the start and from the moment it was created. I have been here for eons of lives as a human, as a spirit, as a nature, or whatever. And we came here to just be this unconditional love in this body, in this density, in this temple that we are creating. And in to learn in this forgetfulness. We came here because of the frequency of the earth has been in. Now we are heightening this hour. And at this moment, right now, like I said to my sister today, now in this time we are now in, because of the COVID and everything, hold, and just push our knowledge. Not never give back, just push in, but just with unconditional love, just love and hold, because people is waking up now. Everyone, a lot of people is waking up, and they are scared because they have got the vaccine, they have got and everything will be okay. A lot of people is going to go, a lot of people is going to survive. We know it. We have a lot of knowledge already. Just be in our own column of light and ground the light into the earth and help her to rise into this unconditional love. Thank you.
Thank you, Sika. Absolutely. All right. Anybody else wants to say something before we close tonight?
I just want to thank everybody for their sharing. It's always a pleasure and an honor and a revealing space to be in. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to all for being here and sharing you.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
being you. All right. We send a lot of love into the space and to the whole earth.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I love
Thank
you all.
you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Ciao.